What is up, guys? Welcome to the September 18th, 2025 patch note rundown. I know I haven't been live in a while, but let's be honest, okay. Yeah, we're going to be live tomorrow. It'll be okay. Basil's had some issues, so I've been sorting that out. Technically, his blood work has still not come back from the vet, for those of you that are tracking it, which is honestly a good thing. Usually they tell you if something super severe is wrong, like immediately, but I don't know, we'll see. His eating habits have improved slightly, but I don't know. He's yeah, it's a tough situation. But I'll be live tomorrow regardless. It's the launch of Hyperboost servers for Throne of Liberty, as well as you know, I haven't gotten a stream BDO in a few days now, so it's been tough. I only got 20 hours of streaming in last week. This week I'm on pace. Hopefully we're gonna hit 40 hours stream this week. We'll see, though. I love you guys so much. I'm so sorry that I haven't been live enough. I know I'm gonna get there. But yeah, there's just been stuff going on, and September's been kind of a hard month for me in my personal life. All right, so now the events that are ending with BDO. It is literally just the Edana knowledge event is coming to a close here at Gentle Breeze Springs daily login rewards. This is not actually really an event, I don't think, as much as it's just, yeah, this is just the same login rewards we get every single time. It doesn't matter. Gifts from Dalishain is an actual event. I am so stunned that we didn't get Edana Part 2 events. So Dalishain looks like we're getting hot time for life EXP, trading and mount EXP. Or no, excluding trading and mount. So everything but trading and mount EXP during the event. If you go talk to Dalishain and spend 5 energy, he'll give you a 5-hour cooking and alchemy buff, which gives you 25 mastery, minus 5 second cooking and alchemy time, 5 hours. It's basically going to give you 1 second cooking and alchemy time with some extra mastery, so that's good. Cheeky little life skilling event, but other than that, that's it. Guys, this is one of the largest balance patches we have had in quite some time, and I cannot wait to see the PvP in the comments section. There was a lot of chat PvP going on in the comments section of the Global Labs video that I went over, because I've been through all these changes once before already. The Global Labs had these same changes on there, and I can tell you, if you're a Sorc main, you are up tremendous on this patch. Sorc is definitely going to be one of the most powerful classes in the game for PvP. The problem is the class is somewhat difficult to play, so bear that in mind before just re-rolling over to suck Sorc. It is going to be really strong, but you know, it is what it is. All right, so basically I'm not reading through all of this stuff because we went through it on the Global Labs already. I'll go through them very, very quickly and briefly and give you guys the TLDR as we scroll through. Prime turnback slash change so that you can now press WC to combo with Prime Violation. Absolute Darkness Wave, change the key command to SRMB. Absolute Darkness change so that now activates repeatedly using Sinister Energy. Absolute Darkness, remove the magic damage reduction on hits debuff. Adjust the skill damage accordingly, so they gave it a bunch more damage. Absolute Darkness, increase the maximum projectile range by 60% of the previous absolute skill level. Prime Dream of Doom, you now have super armor while casting the skill because Sorc didn't have enough protection before. And the funny thing is, all of the Sorcs will always be like, well, we don't have very much protected CC. Yeah, that's because all of your movement is completely protected all the time. So, like, yeah, you're going to have some skills that aren't protected or that you have to actually frontal guard in. The fact that they're giving you even more protection on top of having perma-protected I-framed movement is what people are so upset about. So I would beg the Sorc mains to try to look at it from everyone else's perspective, and try to, I don't know, who am I kidding? Sorc mains are unreasonable idiots. I love most Sorc mains, I'm joking. Change to cost 150 stamina per second while casting for Dream of Doom. Prime matching Prime Bloody Calamity. No longer apply defensive effects when attacking or using Imminent Doom. Okay. Storming Crow 2, change the bound effect to apply in PvE only. Change the movement speed debuff to be minus 20% instead of 15 now, so slight buff there. Prime Bloody Calamity, added a stun on the first hit right there. Remove the bleeding and all accuracy decrease on hits for it, so the stun hits in PvP as well for Bloody Calamity. That's one of their primary skills. So pretty crazy that we've got one of the strongest CCs in the game on there now. Prime Crow Flare, change the debuffs, attack cast speed minus 10% for 5 seconds, all accuracy minus 36 for 10 seconds on hits. Wow. So yeah, evasion gonna be really strong on Sorc because you can, they just lose 36 accuracy. Okay, all right, well it's just that easy, folks. Prime Black Wave, added attack cast speed minus 20% for 5 seconds on hit. Jesus mother Christ, dude. Shadow Eruption, Dream of Doom, proved to be now activated via quick slot with your sight. Shadow Eruption, remove the brief gram of slowdown effect while idle. Awakening Shadow Leap, improved so it can now be activated via a quick slot with your amulet. Blade of Darkness, change the defensive effect forward guard at the start of the skill, forward guard during the skill. Sure. So, if you are a Sorc main, you are up tremendous on this patch, guys. Celebrate and rejoice. If you're not a Sorc main, here's the strategy when you fight a Sorc. As I've said many times, you run away. But really, if they end up killing you, all you say is they are a filthy, flavor of the month abusing trash lord who doesn't actually know how to play Sorc. It'll help you cope with you dying to the Sorc, and that also gets under Sorceress's skin more than anything. If you imply that they're a flavor of the month rerolling class when they've been clearly playing their class for like 5 to 7 years, oh man, it gets them. Oh man, it gets them. Oh, they get so upset. Anyway, that's how you get in their head. All right, Tamer isn't really getting all that much, I'll be honest with you. All-around spinner's getting an increase in activation speed. Adjusted the extra attack motion of the match, the actual hit detection. Increased the number of extra hits by 1. Increased the activation speed of Beast Rampage. Okay. Valkyrie, Suck Val getting some much needed love-ins. Very exciting. Suck Valk, I think, still needs a little bit more than this, but this is such a big deal for Suck Valk right here. Prime, Judgment of Light, improves so that you can now combo more quickly with Honor Blade with a faster motion, and adjusted the slowdown effect on your character's motions when using the skill. Prime Divine Power, improved to perform instantly when using the key command, so when you put it on your hotbar. Using a quick slot will activate the initial motion as before. Succession Ultimate Righteous Charge, and this is probably the big one, is that Ultimate Righteous Charge, now you cannot be CC'd from the back. And apparently you can't be back attacked while you run away too, because it just said at least including from back attacks. So yeah, it's a frontal guarded skill, but they can't be CC'd. It's basically a frontal guarded super armor now. And this is great because Suck Valks used to have like a one-way entry pass into large-scale PvP or battle in general. You would dash in, you don't have enough to get back out. You don't have enough movement to get back out again, and most of your movement is forward guarded. And so, like, you know, you would try to dash away, but since your movement's forward guarded, they would hit you in the back while you ran away and CC you and kill you and stuff. So that was miserable, and that's a big quality of life change that Suck Valk really needed. Righteous Charge. Improves so you can combo more quickly into punishment. Just counter. Prime Judgment of Light. Prime Purification after hits. Sweet. Nova. Awakening Nova getting even more movement on this patch. Excel Break Orbit. Improved to activate up to 2 times continuously from any direction when holding the key command. Applies iframe when activated continuously. Look at that. Look at that iframe. Look at that iframe. Such smooth, buttery movement. Hopefully Nova mains get a little bit of their class back after they lost it when they kind of like reworked how Awakening Nova worked. And yeah, a lot of people didn't like it. So hopefully this brings a lot of people back to the class. Changed the motion, adjusted it. So consecutive activations from any direction now occur with the same timing. I will say that Awakening Nova is a little powerful in PvE. So, you know, giving her buffs is, yeah, you gotta be careful with that PvE life. But honestly, as long as we don't tell the devs, nobody cares. It's totally fine. I don't mind that Awakening Nova overperforms in PvE. It's totally fine. Twisted Orbit, Excel Twisted Orbit change so you can now LMB to combo into Royal Fencing Lunge during the cooldown. So yeah, you can see the animation right there. It's pretty cool. Corsair, and this is the largest change, I believe, on current patch. Hey guys, you've been watching the video for like 10 minutes. If you could like the video, that'd be great. It does help a lot. Scroll down, hit that like button. Yeah, and if you're watching it tomorrow during the day, well, just remember I'm live, so you can come ask me questions there too. Also, which classes do you think got the biggest changes on this patch? Because personally, I think it was Corsair. I think it was Corsair. I think that Sucksork getting a massive buff was unnecessary, but hey, Sucksork's up huge, man. What are you going to do? All right, so Corsair, massive buffs. We're not going to go through each individual one. I'll read through the big ones, and then when we get the PvE changes, I'm going to gloss over them a little bit. Improved to transition faster from attack 1 to attack 2. Improved to combo faster with Prime Wave Pout from attack 2. And this is for Prime Storming Gale. Okay, so you're going to be comboing a little bit faster. Ocean Melancholy improved to combo faster into Rising Whirlpool and Tidal Surge. Now, damage on your skills. Basically, every skill in the kit is getting massive damage buffs. I'm going to read through all of them. I believe on the Global Labs, I basically went through and we had like a percentage sheet. Somebody sent me a percentage sheet of how much damage each skill was actually getting. It ranges from like 8% to like 36% damage across the board, basically on every single skill. This is one of the largest and most significant PvE buffs we've seen in Black Desert Online in a very, very long time. Absolute Overflow, Prime Storming Gale, Prime Wave Pout, Absolute Tide's Kiss, Prime Ocean's Pearl, Prime Captain's Orders Open Fire, Prime Wave Lash, Prime Wipeout, Prime Mareka Spiral Soak, Prime Mareka Whale Song, Absolute Whirlpool, Absolute Tidal Slash, Crashing Wave, or Absolute Crashing Wave, Absolute Squall, Vigor Rush, Wave Blast, and Rising Whirlpool. All getting buffs. Well, correction, Rising Whirlpool and Wave Blast actually got damage nerfs, but everything else got massive, massive damage buffs. Overall, crazy change in PvE for Succession Corsair, but that's not all. Awakening Corsair got changed too. Wind Piercer Petrarca improved to now faster combo into Surface Slicer Petrarca right there. So honestly, she fires a lot faster. You can see the difference between the two images right there. Captain Orders Open Fire is now a 12-second cooldown instead of 13. The skill add-on tier is now tier 2 though. Sun Shielder Petrarca is now an 8-second cooldown instead of 10-second cooldown. Pirate's Life for me is a 4-second cooldown now instead of 5. So big buffs to cooldown reduction in Awakening here. Changed to deal less damage during the cooldown for Pirate's Life for me. Doesn't matter. You don't really cast it off cooldown anyway if you're a good Awakening Corsair. Now for the damage buffs, and again, damage buffs are basically the same in Awakening. You're getting anywhere between like a 4 to like 36% increase in damage basically across the board for Awakening, just like Succession. They both got massive buffs here. Code of the Scallywags, Spare No Quarter, Surface Slicer Petrarca, Sun Shielder Petrarca, Crow's Mark, Captain's Orders Open Fire, Flow, Earth Render Petrarca, Wind Piercer Petrarca, Pirate's Life for me, Ocean's Allure, Close Quarters Charge, Tide Splitter Petrarca, Entangling Vortex, and Close Quarters Suppress. Every single one of them got damage buffs, guys. So big. We're all Corsair mains now. I'm not going to play Corsair. I'm not going to do that. I don't like the movement on the class. It's super smooth, it's great, it's crisp, but it doesn't really click with me. Even though I love Pirates, I've tried to play Corsair like 4 times. It just... the movement just, oh god. Anyway, Drakania Awakening, big buffs. And I keep in mind when I say big, you don't even understand. Massive. Legacy. This is her passive skill between, for those of you that don't know, Awakening Drakania has 2 forms. She's got Dragon Blood or Hex Blood. And depending on which form she was in, she had a passive that applied while she was in that form. Okay, one of them was all AP plus 18. The other one was all attack speed plus 15%. Now, both passives will be applied in both forms. She's getting the Shy treatment, so to speak. Shy, like, used to have to choose which buff was the strongest, and so they would, like, skill on their talent tree. They would skill one of them. Now they get all 4. Now, Awakening Drakania is getting both passives instead of having to choose and switch back and forth like that. Hex Blood Savage Decree. Increase the activation speed for attacks 2 and 3 when used continuously. Hex Blood Storm Piercer. Increase the activation speed for attacks 1 and 3 when used continuously. Hexblood Flow Concealed Claw. Chainsaw holding RMB will combo into Hexblood Storm Piercer's attack 2. Dragon Blood Sundering Roar. Increase the activation speed. Yeah, and this is the super cool, like, fire breathing skill or whatever. It comes out way faster now. Adjusted the skill damage as follows. So she is getting a PvE damage buff, but it's not like crazy, but she is getting a damage buff on 3 of her skills. Hexblood Savage Decree, Hexblood Storm Piercer. Really, there's only 2 skills because the third one is Black Spirit Storm Piercer. That's getting a buff too, but nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit. So yeah, getting a slight PvE buff there, but the biggest thing, and this is a massive thing for PvE for Awakening Drakania, is this passives right here. This is, I can't emphasize enough. I do think that Awakening Drakania deserved that buff. She's been struggling, at least in PvE, for a while, and in PvP, I'll be honest, it is a buff, but yeah, I don't think it's gonna push her over the top or anything. Wukong. Wukong apparently had a Wukong's hair buff. Was causing unintended movement. Pearl Abyss discriminates against bald people. You know it. I know it. We all know it. They finally mask off. They're just saying it now. It's brazen. It's horrible. It's ridiculous. There were cases where Wukong's hair buff caused unintended movement, as hitting the enemy with the pull would trigger dash in an unwanted direction. Now, if you lock Celestial Nectar, the dash effect will no longer activate on hit, giving you more control over how you use the skill. We've also improved it. It ain't over in the Fighting Buddha state. Now, Wukong will be a fixed distance, just like he does in his normal state, regardless of the Wukong's hair buff. This change makes it easier to position yourself and apply debuffs in PvP. By the way, the Sun Shadows effect from Celestial Nectar will still activate regardless of the lock setting. Okay. Forgot to read the parentheses there. So yeah, you can see Celestial Nectar changed so that the skill is when the skill is locked. The effect of dashing toward the enemy stuck with your pull during Wukong's hair is no longer active. I don't know why we keep calling it Wukong's hair. I don't think that's actually called that in game. There's no way. Please comment down below and tell me if that's actually what it's called. There's no way. Heaven's Pivot. Increase the duration of super armor to now last until just before the finished motion after retrieving your power pole. So you're going to have super armor for a little bit longer here. It ain't over. Improved to now activate within a set movement distance when using the Fighting Buddha state, regardless of Wukong's hair effect. Okay, yeah, whatever. Sounds good. Wukong was. All right, a bunch of bug fixes on the classes. Contents. Okay, the contribution point changes are here. Since the last update, they've increased the maximum contribution points. We've seen growing interest in CP. That's in earning CP. Bro, they gotta be, I'm gonna be honest with you. As a multi-billion-dollar company, I would not be abbreviating contribution points to CP. It's probably not a good idea. I don't know why. It's crazy, but that's not a very good idea. In today's update, we've made it easier to gain contribution point EXP from players with less than 500 CP. Contribution points. Oh my god. Additionally, we've increased the contribution EXP reward for completing main quests, making it easier for new adventurers to earn and use contribution points as they progress. Okay, there you go. All right. So, yeah, your contribution points are going to be easier to obtain across the board, guys. All right? Just basically super, super easy. Like 20 to 50% easier across the board, depending on which contribution bracket you're at. Hopefully, they give us more points when we log in. That would be sick. That would be really cool. So, contribution is going to be way easier to get now. So, go ahead and 500 is now this the highest you can get. And I think that 400 or something is like the soft cap. 450 maybe is like the soft cap. So yeah, Throne of Edana. So they changed the where the arena is for the Orbita fight so that people can't abuse the high ground shit. And I told you they were gonna fix it. I did say, everybody said, oh no, they're not gonna fix it, but they never fix anything. And that is generally true. That's not an incorrect statement. But this, I do think that they care about this. So it's good that they listened to feedback on this. Well, they didn't really listen to feedback. They were basically forced to change it because people were exploiting their content and they didn't want that to happen anymore. The community basically forced them to do it. Or it's, oh yeah, well, we'll just cheat every week if you don't change it. They're like, fine, we'll change it. Bet. All right. Change the challenger application period as follows. So now you're gonna have 24 hours to enter, guys. And you can also enter before Thursday to Sunday and then after Monday to Sunday. Yeah, whatever. They changed the sign up to be a little bit wider, and then the little token that you get could be activated 24 hours now after you get it instead of 3, which is good. The Dark Fog mechanic in the Game of Edana selection, the Dark Fog closes in at the start of the battle until 1 minute near the end and resets each round. That's for the 1v1, guys. Reduce the final space inside the Dark Fog by 25%. I don't know, guys. Okay, I need feedback on this, and more importantly, Probus needs feedback on this. I think that when the Throne of Edana stuff happens, I think there should be an icon for the rest of the server if we want to go spectate it. That it would allow us to go spectate the fight. You know what I mean? So like, if there was like a button and you could enter as a spectator and just like watch the battle for the Edana every week, I think that would be a really cool feature that shouldn't be like crazy difficult to add to the game. And I think that Probus should consider adding that. Let me know what you guys think about that, or if it should be implemented a different way, or if you guys just don't care. You know, like, I'm a new player, I don't care. I actually think that new players might find it really interesting to watch. Anyway, reduce the final space inside the Dark Fog by 25% in the game of Edana's Candidates 10 Challenger Battle. Change the combat location for Orbita Castle, Game of Edana's Candidates, and Selection Battles. Okay, yeah, whatever. Yeah, we already went through that. Changes to catch fish in certain regions. Change so bass now appear in Yazrid Highlands and Sandil. Appear instead of Sandil in... Oh, so it's bass instead of Sandil in Yazrid Islands. Change so the hammer mackerel is no longer appears near the god of fishing at Velia Beach. It can be caught in the nearby seas around Velia. Blue bat star, yellow corvina can now be caught near the god of fishing. Interesting. Removed the golden albacore from Heidel waters near the storage keeper. I wonder, these are like the money fish by Heidel or by Velia. Hopefully they're not just like removing those. Or like moving the... I don't exactly know what this means. Like there's a god of fishing at Velia Beach. I don't know where the... not even sure where the hell that person is, but I don't know. We'll see. Somebody will tell me. Remove the golden albacore from Heidel waters near the storage keeper. As a result, Pura Crew's catch rate has been roughly doubled. Change that the pink dolphin can now appear instead of a white grouper and albino coelacanth in Upper Grana. All right. Removed the white grouper from Lake Flounder and its tributaries. As a result, pink dolphin's catch rate has been roughly quadrupled. Oh my god. Guys, we're going to Grana. I repeat, we're beginning to AFK fish in Grana. I repeat, this is not a drill. Go to Grana. All right, so the items Fairy's Continuous Care can use is now up to 25 from 20. For at least for the max like Continuous Care, which I have. And if you don't have it, just remember, if you're a broke boy, just say so. Yeah, it's only Continuous Care 5. Everybody else just got... It goes from like 15 at level 4 to 25 at level 5. So now it's going to convince people to go buy the 5th level now. That's more pay to win. Sounds good, I guess. I think that they should have added 5 to every level. Not just 5. I think that it should have been 5 at every level. And then it increases at a total of 5 for everybody. Added a chance to obtain the Lightstone of Fire Twisted from crafting Purified Lightstones of Fire via alchemy in your residence. That's how I'm planning on getting my Twisteds, guys. Might be trying to experiment with it on stream tomorrow. I don't know. Change the prize catch fish, specifically the polka dot stingray and pinecone fish, so that they're no longer be delivered via Imperial delivery. Yeah, you definitely don't want to do that. Mainly because your prize fish getting Imperial delivered is absolutely cooked. Because then you don't get all the extra money for it. Added the following, because there's no distance bonus on Imperial delivery. Added the following items to the exchange list for the Dark Spirits Greed and Managed Currency. Adamantine, Fighting Spirit, and Giant. These are the resistance crystals, so now we all should have resistance crystals aplenty. Each item can now be exchanged for 30 Dark Spirit Greed. That's the stuff you get for doing your Dark Rifts, guys. Monster, Zephyros Castle, a reward mechanic for defeating Beelzebub in Zephyros Castle Monster Zone. Oh, and I was concerned for a moment that there wasn't an AFK. Okay, so guys, there's now an AFK mechanic in Zephyros. They're like, sorry, we forgot. It's crazy. I heard some horror stories about Orbita, how the AFK like GM like thing that appeared, the spook thing that appears. For those of you that don't know, if you sit there using the same skill or don't move at a grind zone for a while, a spook will appear next to you and one-shot you, and you'll lose crystals and stuff. This is to avoid having people macro. It's like an anti-cheat thing that they implemented a while back when people started macroing Star's End Pillars. It was the first pillar spot in the game, and people immediately tried to exploit it. So that was their solution. So be careful. Don't get killed by the spook. All right. Added a new effect at Zephyros Monster Zone where the ground darkens when the hatchery releases conference energy during combat. Oh, that looks cool. That looks nice. Honestly, that's really good because now you can see your abilities and stuff and what's hitting you. Reduce the damage of Zephyros Castle monster attacks by 20% and increase the guard extra damage by 10%. This is good. This is good. Added 30% guard extra damage to Beelzebub's attacks. Sure. Change Beelzebub to now spawn requirements so that one additionally group of hatchery monsters must be defeated. Improve the death animation for the Shadow Knights to look more natural. Adjusted item drop rates for monsters in Zephyros Castle zones to match the new mechanics. Change the number of hardened lava chunks dropped by Beelzebub. That's the boss, guys. The final boss. Yeah, so you're going to get 340 to 350 now instead of 270 to 280. Okay, sure. Change the number of hardened lava chunks dropped by Zephyros Shadow Knights. 28 to 32 now, up from 26 to 28. Just as the Agris Fever point consumption, 15 to 14 for the Shadow Priest. Shadow Knights are 135 to 140. Okay, so you should end up using a little bit less Agris now. Tenebrum Castle. Wind the Manicore's attack area after the liberated mind control. Guarantee you they watched my dumbass. Guys, I was grinding on stream on the day this came out. I was like way over there, and I didn't know that this AFK mechanic was going, and I just absolutely bitched. I bitched because my stupid American ass didn't realize that I was on union break, and I could have taken a rest, so I basically missed the entire AFK phase. Fortunately, they listened, well, not just to me, but in general. It's larger now. I guarantee you I was not the only one that happened to. Guaranteed. Reduce the time it takes for the Manticore to be sealed at the altar after the ancient Ator's Remnant defeat mechanic ends. Improves so that if the remnants are not defeated for a long time, when the Manticore's HP reaches 70 to 40%, the monster zone will reset. Change so that ancient Ator's remnants disappear more quickly after being defeated. Sure. Quested knowledge. Okay, Node War. Nothing major for Node War. They're just moving the fort at Hex Marie that spawns here down to the low ground. That's a good thing, but even still, whatever. World map UI improvements. Overhauled the world map for convenient controls. Rearrange the menu button layout. Okay, whatever. Sure. Okay. Function. Relocated key function buttons to the top middle of the screen. Okay. Mode. Relocated the change button modes to the top right of the screen. Okay, yeah, whatever. Okay. New UI elements, the Find My Location button and a scroll bar in the bottom right of the screen. Oh, so there's a Find My Location button right down here now. And you can scroll in on it if you ever lose yourself on the map. Improved knowledge icon display on the world map to adjust based on zoom level. Whatever. Okay. Whatever. Some map changes that no one really cares about. Improve the title menu. Titles in the list now display in their actual color that they have when they're applied. That's cool. That's definitely good. Sure. Newly obtained titles will show. I remember back in my day when yellow titles were actually valuable and interesting. Now, if you have a yellow title, it's just the same as everybody else. Everybody got yellow titles nowadays. You get a pay to win for a yellow title. Adjusted the wait time for applying or removing titles from 60 to 30 seconds, whatever. Okay, sounds good. Oh, and newly obtained titles will show a new today icon in both the tab and the title list and appear at the very top of the list. Okay, those are fine changes, whatever. Fix the issue where the glow color of the titles above the character's head was always blue. Now it changes to match the title's color. Whatever. Web translation. Okay. All right. Now let's take a look at the damn Portal shop. Oh, shocked, really. More rolly boxes. It is a little crazy that if you rewind the clock 3 years, there were almost no rolly boxes around. There was not really a thing. And then they rolled them out like 2 years ago, and ever since then, it has just been more and more rolly boxes, less and less like class outfits and stuff, and we're just getting like less deals and stuff. It's just more and more rolly boxes. That's they gotta support the whales, man. It is what it is. Hey, man, I'm not necessarily complaining the rolly boxes are the easiest way to pay to win in the entire game, but I do not support you guys doing it. You should not buy these. These are not a good idea. Unless you're like a super whale and you have a ton of disposable income, but even then, guys, your money's better spent somewhere else. The reason why I've spent a lot of money on the game is because it's my job. It's part of my job. It helps me to do my job if I have the most gear. So like, it's just not worth it, guys. The game is about the journey, guys. Don't skip the journey. Rare adventure bundles are on sale. Valk support pack. Don't buy this. Not a good idea. It's just trying to get you basically to purchase fail stacks. It says bonus, but realistically speaking, that's what they're trying to get you to buy here. Artisan's Memory, 120. Premium Outfit Box ×1. This is not a particularly good deal. It's only 45 and 50% off there. September Adventure Support Packages. Whatever. It's just value pack stuff. BD9 outfits, whatever. So you can select 2. So if you want the BD9 outfit, you can get it here. Aside from that, functional costumes are 30% off, and then Fence of Abundance is 10% off. Those are the pay-to-win farms. Functional clothes are like the alchemist clothes, the processing clothes, the cooking clothes, etc. for your class. So that's actually a good sale. That's the best sale on the shop right now, in my opinion. And if you're gonna spend money in BDO, that's usually the best way to do it, because you're not gambling. You buy a cooking outfit, you get the benefits from the cooking outfit for the rest of time. It's permanently on your account. Just remember to buy it for the correct character, okay, guys? Guys, remember to like, comment, subscribe. I'll be live tomorrow. I'm really sorry. I've had a lot of personal life stuff going on between Basil and whatnot that has been... We haven't been able to stream a crazy amount in September, and I'm sorry, guys. I've also been... Honestly, it was kind of a sigh of relief a little bit because I was getting a little burnt, so... it's given me a chance to recharge my batteries, so we'll be back tomorrow. And we'll be streaming some Throne of Liberty too, so that'll be a lot of fun. Love you guys. See you tomorrow.